Welcome back to Stories of Success. We tell the early life and founding stories of entrepreneurs, from their first idea to their first million. In today's episode, we're telling the story of Oprah Winfrey, the infamous queen of all media that overcame rural poverty and abuse to become the richest African American of the 20th century. Her well-known talk show became the highest-rating television program of its kind in history and ran for 25 years on national TV. Now a nominated actress and active philanthropist, Oprah continues to raise the bar on an already outstanding career in life. How did she overcome adversity and rise to the top? That's what we're going to find out today on Stories of Success. Oprah Gail Winfrey was born on January 29, 1954, in rural Mississippi, to a teenage single mother. She was originally named after a biblical figure, but Orpah was mispronounced and misspelt so regularly that Oprah became the name that stuck. Oprah spent her first years with her grandmother, living in deep poverty in a state yet to truly recognize civil rights for the black population. Her grandmother, Hattie Mae Lee, encouraged her love of books by teaching her how to read at the age of 3. She started by reading the Bible and soon began speaking at her church. As a young girl, they were so poor that she had no choice but to wear overalls made from potato sacks. Her beloved granny would tell her that the secret to success in life would be to work for some good white folks. But Oprah envisioned something more for herself. Despite limited opportunities, it was clear she was a bright young girl with a talent for reading and public speaking, which led her to skip grades a few times. After her biological mother got a job as a maid, Oprah was sent back to live with her in Milwaukee. Her mother worked long, hard hours, causing Oprah to turn to the television for company, kindling her dreams of becoming famous one day. While growing up in Milwaukee, aged 9, she was abused by her 19-year-old cousin, who then asked her to keep it a secret. Within the next few years, she would face more sexual abuse from a family friend and as well as an uncle. She kept silent about it all for years, feeling deep down that she was to blame. Not surprisingly, she became a troubled teenager. Oprah would skip school, date boys, and even steal money from her mother. She became pregnant at 14, with her father only finding out when she went into premature labor. The baby she gave birth to died in infancy. It was certainly a rough childhood. Following this period, Oprah went to Nashville, Tennessee, where she was taken in by her father. Vernon Winfrey was a strict disciplinarian, but he gave his daughter the secure home and life she needed. He saw to it that she met a curfew and required her to read a book and write a book report each week. In Oprah's own words,
I remember my father saying to me, "You can't bring C's in this house because you're not a C student. If you were a C student, you could, because I'm not trying to make you do or be anything that you can't be. But you're not a C student, you're an A student, so that's what we expect in this house."
In this structured environment, Oprah began to once again flourish. At the age of 16, Oprah first read the autobiography of Maya Angelou, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. It transformed the teen's outlook, and as she later said, I read it over and over. I'd never before read a book that validated my own existence. This experience changed her mindset, causing her to focus on her education and return to public speaking, a talent that would start to take her places. It began in 1970 when she won a speaking competition at the local Elks Club. The prize was a 4-year college scholarship. The following year, Oprah was selected to represent Tennessee at the 1971 White House Conference on Youth. Upon her return, Nashville's WVOL radio station arranged an interview with the teen, leading to another opportunity. The station asked her to represent them in the Miss Fire Prevention beauty pageant, which she would then go on to win. After the beauty pageant, she accepted an offer from the radio station to hear her voice on tape, as a little treat from them. Oprah likes to say luck is where preparation meets opportunity, and she'd been reading since she was 3. She jumped into the booth, and before she knew it, there were 4 guys listening in awe to her read the copy. She was hired, at 17 years old, in the radio station. Oprah spent the next couple of years balancing her college course, social life, and radio job, until a scout at CBS heard her broadcast and rang her about potentially working in television. Oprah wasn't sure, as it would clash with her work at school. That was until her teacher asked,
"Who was that?" I said, "There's this guy at CBS. He keeps calling me and wants me to interview for a job." And Mr. Cox said, "That is why you go to school, fool." So that CBS can call you. That is why you're in school. So he said, you leave now and go call him back. And I did, and I was hired in television.
She learned the ropes by saying yes first and figuring things out later, making friends with her colleagues who would happily help her out. Oprah's career as a journalist started off okay, but she soon encountered a problem. Her empathetic nature caused her to get too attached to her stories. In 1976, she relocated to Baltimore's WJZ-TV to co-anchor the 6 o'clock news. But a year later, the station demoted her to their lower-profile morning show People Are Talking, because in Oprah's own words, they had no place else to put me. Little did Oprah know, it was the best thing that could ever have happened to her. She conducted her first interview for the talk show on August 14, 1978, a date she remembers vividly as the day she found her true calling. The traits that held her back from the hard-hitting world of news reporting became her biggest strength as a charismatic talk show host. She had found the niche that perfectly suited her outgoing, empathetic personality, and word soon spread to other cities. In January 1984, she was invited to Chicago to host a faltering half-hour morning program. In less than a year, Oprah's infectious personality turned AM Chicago into the highest-rated show in the city. The format was expanded to an hour, and in September 1985, it was renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show.
I'm Oprah Winfrey, and welcome to the very first National Oprah Winfrey Show! Now, I don't have a lot of problems in my life, I have to tell you.
Fast forward a few decades, and it's safe to say that Oprah's created an incredible empire. In the late 80s, she negotiated ownership rights to a television program and started her own production company. It would allow her to become a billionaire and the richest African American of the 20th century. Oprah now gives generously, using her platform and wealth to support philanthropic efforts. To date, she has given several $100 million to education charities in the US and Africa. Her beloved granny used to tell her that the secret of success was to find some good white folks to work for, just like she did. Oprah dreamed bigger, and she can now happily say that she's got some good white folks working for her. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, perhaps you'll enjoy the other stories I've told on this channel, covering the early lives and inspirations of the successful. For now though, I encourage you all to keep hustling on your own early journeys. One day soon, I'll be telling your tale and stories of success.